Hi everyone, this is Sherry Vegas and welcome back to Artist Tips Thursday. In this quick tutorial today, I'm going to show you how you can paint a sunflower using a palette knife and some textured paste.
There's two different techniques that I like to use to create sunflowers. They're both pretty similar, but with just a few minor changes. But first up, I want to start by creating a circle. This is going to give me a guide for how big the center is going to be, and it's also going to help me create even spaced petals. So I've just done that in some pencil and used a little cup to create a circle, and you can do this as big or as small as you want your flower to be. I like to use a pointed palette knife to create my petals, and I just load up my textured paste underneath, and then to get really even spacing with my flower petals for my sunflower, I like to go opposite sides. So every time I do a petal, I then flip my board around and do a petal on the other side. This helps me get even spacing, and I like to follow that circle shape. So with this one, I am putting the fat part of my palette knife down first, so around the base, and then I'm dragging that back towards the center. And I'm just going to keep repeating that process, just doing the opposite petal each time. If there is a petal that didn't turn out quite right, you can always load your palette knife up again and just go back over the top. For the next layer of petals, I just like to change up the color because it adds a little bit of interest to my sunflower, but you don't have to do that. You could always do the exact same color. And now I'm just going to be adding a petal in between each of my first petals. So because I've got nice even spacing, because I've gone across doing the opposite petal, I now have enough room to add that second petal in over the top. A little helpful tip when you're doing your petals, if you do smudge it a bit or you get a little bit of paint where you don't want it, get a clean brush and press really firm onto the canvas and just lift up that extra textured paste. You need to do that straight away before it does start to set. Now for my next one, I'm doing the exact same steps at the start, creating my circle, so that way I've got a guide and you don't end up seeing the pencil because you will be putting paste over the top. But this time I'm changing the direction. So instead of going the base in, I'm actually starting with the tip and then I'm dragging that back towards me. So this is going to give me a lot more of a rounded petal than a point. So you can see the difference there from having the base starting in and then the point going out to having the point starting in and the base going out. And because I'm creating sunflowers, they need to have a center. So I've just got some brown textured paste and I'm just adding that in the middle with a round palette knife. And you can do this however you want. Sometimes I think it looks really pretty when the paste is swirled into the center, and you can make it as big or as small as you like. It just comes down to personal preference. But let me know down in the comments, which particular style do you like best? Do you like the first sunflower with the points going out, or do you like this sunflower with the points going in?